So just tell us about the eight limbs.
Yeah. The eight limbs of yoga are yama and niyama. These are the 10 commandments, similar to other religions and other faiths, that thou shalt not do this, thou shalt not do, thou shalt do this. So things that you should do and things you shouldn't do are the 10 commandments in yoga are yama and niyama. And third limb of yoga is asanas. Asanas is how you can sit properly into a meditative mode. How you can do that is you require to focus on your breath, which is the fourth limb, pranayama. And one of the most important limb in yoga is the prathihara. Prathihara means how you can control your senses, all five senses. Our mind wanders into different modes, different places, different times, will be wandering all over like a monkey talk. And all those things happen because we are looking outwards using our senses, all five senses. You see something, you make impressions. You hear something, you do something. You smell something, you make some impressions. And similarly for touching and so on and so forth. So this is the fifth limb. Now, how do you can control this? Is to concentrate. And that's dharana. How you can focus your mind is to concentrate. And that's what we demonstrated today was dharana, like when we put the book on top of your head and walk and how you balance it. If your mind is not focused, is not concentrated, the book will fall or the water will spill and so on and so forth. So the next level of eighth limb is what we call dhyana, which is the meditation, how you do the meditation. And the last limb is the samadhi, the contemplation, like where mind is not there anymore and your inner self, yourself, or the consciousness is one with the God. Right? And the interesting thing about yoga is that we think about yoga here in our Western culture as if we're just doing the asanas. But that's just one part of yoga. And one thing that we talked about today was really focus on all eight limbs of yoga. So we can actually understand the philosophy, understand the purpose of yoga, and that actually is very well explained by a seer called Patanjali. Patanjali wrote almost 200 sutras to demonstrate what yoga is all about. Yoga is, Patanjali says in the second sutra, yoga chitta vritti nirodha. Yoga chitta vritti nirodha. Yoga is to control or restrain our monkey talk. Chitta is mind, and vrittis are the modifications of mind or the waves of mind, because mind is always wandering. As I mentioned before, at any given day, our mind will be thinking about 50,000 thoughts.
In one day.
In one day. And that's based on the scientific journals that our mind is thinking. And you hardly remember only very small portion of it, because mind is everywhere. And even when I'm talking to you, you're probably thinking about something else, your noise, you're looking at people around
The camera
you.
angle.
Yeah, the camera angle. That counts like number of those vrittis. Your cycle of thought processes, and so mind So what does yoga does? Yoga chitta vritti nirodha. Yoga is to control or restrain our monkey talk, our minds running around. And why do we call monkey talk? Monkey talks are always chirping, always going, running from one branch to the other, and that's what mind does. Mind is basically running from one place to the other, one thought process to the other, always.
Especially in our Western world, on the computer, on the
Yeah.
phone, we're working 12 hours a day.
Exactly. And it's so true. It's not only Western because we are human beings and we have, this is built into our system. Mind is what it does, monkey talk, always. But now we can make use of it if we can focus on the mind, see how much we can achieve. Okay? All the athletes, all the scientists, everybody has their way of concentrating. So yoga is one way of, basically a manual. Hey, thou shalt do this, and you can achieve this. And that's the path that we are doing. Every weekend we get together, we do some Om Pranayama, and whole purpose of Pranayama is to focus your mind. Remember, like when you're in a situation, what do the doctors say? Take a deep breath. Right? What is that? It calms your mind. And that's what Pranayama does. And there are many different ways of doing the Pranayama. How do you calm your mind? By focusing on your breath. And that's kind of like, is the key, is to actually do all 8 limbs of yoga is what makes you a real yogi. And of course, we, in our age, like in our lifetime, probably will never get to that level. But the ultimate path to yoga is samadhi, where you can just sit there. You get to the level where even when your eyes are open, you don't see anything because you are like so focused. And an example was like a couple of weeks ago when I was coming out of the sauna and taking a shower, and you guys were all assembled here. I see you, I hear you, but even with my eyes open, I didn't see your face because I was so much focused into my own word that I know this Adam said something to me, I heard it, but I was so focused. And in your mind, you say, oh, what happened to Surinder?
Oh, I thought you were sick. Yeah.
Exactly. And here I am into my, morning sauna, and I do massage in the sauna before I go play tennis, and I've taken a shower. And I'm so focused and so good, I'm ready to go. And you look at me like I'm coming out of sauna, I have a little oil on my face and I'm all ready to go. So see what your mind does. Where on other hand, I said, no, I'm not going to interact with Adam.
Why was that? Yeah.
Oh, that's because I didn't want to disturb you.
Okay. You wanted me to focus.
Yeah,
Me
I
and
want
Margie
you to,
too.
because you are here for a purpose, to do the yoga, right? So you have to kind of concentrate. How do you focus? If your mind, what you were doing was you were exercising the 5th limb of yoga, which is Prathihara. Means your senses are somewhere. Your mind is not thinking about yoga. Your mind is thinking, oh, what is Surinder okay?
Yeah, I thought you had a cardiac arrest. I didn't even know you
Exactly,
came out
right?
of the sauna. Yeah.
And I'm just the opposite,
Right.
right? I'm into my own word and I'm enjoying what I do every morning. Go out for walk barefoot, whether it's ice or snow or rain or shine or whatever, and it doesn't matter. And however, all these things come over time. When we first started, yoga practice was in early 2000.